Hi there, my name is Julie Lydell, and I'm a Roycroft Renaissance artisan that lives in Evergreen, Colorado. I'm also a board member of the Colorado Arts and Crafts Society, and today we wanted to showcase some of the wonderful arts and crafts gems that we have that are worthy of exploration here in the Centennial State. One shining Colorado example is the Betcher Mansion on Lookout Mountain. Nestled into the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, Charles Betcher built his summer retreat and hunting lodge in 1917. First known as the Lorraine Lodge. Constructed of stone and timber taken from this 60-acre site, the lodge was oriented to look out over Denver and the plains below. The Betcher Mansion today has a commanding cathedral-beamed living room and many other rooms that have been restored to the time period. Today, it's an event venue, and many couples have been married here. The history of the family and the building are preserved and ready to enjoy on a day's visit. No trip to Colorado would be complete without a full day's visit to the Kirkland Museum of Fine and Decorative Art located in the creative heart of downtown Denver. It has a celebrated international decorative art collection, starting with a William Morris tapestry from the 1870s. Their salon-style layout walks each visitor through many areas of the arts and crafts movement. The Kirkland Museum is home to collections in the following art movements: Aesthetic, Art Nouveau, Jungstil, Glasgow style, and Wiener Werkstätter. The Denver Art Museum has a world-class collection of Native American crafts and Western artwork from the early 20th century. Denver's Colorado History Museum has some great examples of craftsman art and design. The Molly Brown House Museum and the Byers Evans Museum both are not to be missed on any visit to Denver. Another museum must is the Colorado Springs Pioneer Museum. Over 150 Van Briggle pieces are currently on permanent exhibit there. The museum is home to over 700 examples of the highly collectible Van Briggle pottery. This collection includes early turn-of-the-century pieces designed by artisan Anne Van Briggle themselves, to more contemporary pieces made in the mid to late 20th century, produced under the Van Briggle trademark. The Van Briggle Memorial Pottery Building, located on the campus of Colorado College, is my personal favorite. Artists and Anne Van Briggle moved their pottery business here, and from 1908 to 1968, this building operated as the Pottery Factory. The red brick walls of this Flemish farmhouse are a monument to the arts and crafts movement, with thousands of architectural design tiles and elements created by artist Van Briggle. Just outside of Colorado Springs is Manitou Springs, which is the home to the arts and crafts era craft wood shops. Founded by Roland Boutwell in 1912, they were modeled on the famous Roycroft shops of New York State in East Aurora. Roland, with his brother Cyrus Boutwell, founded the Arts and Crafts Studios in Denver a few years earlier in 1906. Roland Boutwell built 4 buildings, which are still in existence today. Craftwood thrived for a decade, including shops that specialized in metalwork, pottery, jewelry, and woodworking. Craftwood closed in 1922, and then the Craftwood Inn moved in and became a famous local restaurant in the 1940s through 2014. Heading north along the Rocky Mountains, Boulder is home to one of the last surviving Chautauquas in the nation. Built in the 1890s, Colorado Chautauqua was created as a teacher's school at the base of the Flatirons. With a century of preservation, Chautauqua now has lodging, dining, and arts and cultural events that are held in the breathtaking auditorium and on the surrounding grounds. Scaling the mountains and heading west brings us to the highest elevation city in America, Leadville. Colorado's mining history is alive and well here with the Tabor Opera House. In 1879, Horace Tabor built the Opera House, complete with 16-inch thick walls, made of stone, in just 100 days. The Opera House had a complete remodel in 1902, which is how it stands today. If finding period-style lodging is on your bucket list, downtown Denver's Brown Palace, which opened in 1892, will take you back in time, where you can dine and relax in beautifully restored turn-of-the-century style. 2 of Alan Tupper True's masterful murals hang in the Brown Palace, and more of his important murals are located in the rotunda of the Colorado State Capitol, where you can see an 8-panel frieze illustrating how water is the lifeblood of Colorado. The Colorado National Bank Building and the Western Bell Telephone Building in Denver both showcase Alan Tupper True's work. Redstone, Colorado is home to the Redstone Castle. This Tudor-style stone castle was completed in 1902 and has original Gustav Stickley wood paneling. Other Colorado hotels to note are Hotel Colorado, which was built in 1893 by silver baron Walter DeVoe in the town of Glenwood Springs, where people have always been drawn to the local hot springs. The Strader Hotel, in the heart of downtown Durango, is a living history museum that was built in 1887. Colorado is home to some historical homesteads of note. The Hiawan Museum in Evergreen, Colorado. It was built in 1880, and this rustic 25-room log lodge is like walking back in time with many original features and furniture from 1890 to 1930. Nationally renowned landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted and his sons left their mark on Colorado and designed and planned the Denver Mountain Park system, the City Beautiful movement for Denver parks, the Boulder Park system, and many of the parks in Colorado Springs, including the Broadmoor. The Chief Hosa Lodge became Denver's first mountain park lodge to open in 1918 and is an event venue today. Denver, Boulder, Golden, Colorado Springs, and Fort Collins are home to many beautiful bungalow-lined streets with homes built in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Many Coloradoans restore their old homes and visit Modern Bungalow, our premier shop to purchase arts and crafts-inspired furniture, lighting, and home furnishings. So, the next time you're in Colorado, don't miss out on the rich history we have to offer here. The arts and crafts movement was alive and well in the Rocky Mountains. And yes, it thrived west of the Mississippi River, where refinement met the Wild West.